Stop. Close your eyes. Look into the dark space behind your eyelids. The Sirian High Council is coming after you, and the fact that you clicked on this frequency means your cellular memory is already responding. You are tracked. The memory breathes. Your physical hands tremble, but your soul stands perfectly still. This is not anxiety. You're not losing your mind, and you are not alone. This is the silent stare of the Sphinx echoing in your recurring dreams, calling you back to a truth you have desperately tried to ignore. Last night, at exactly 3:33 in the morning, the geometric hum of a crystal pyramid ruined your sleep with a cosmic static you could not turn off. You woke up in the dark feeling a physical heat radiating from your palms, entirely isolated from a world that feels absolutely nothing. You always knew you didn't belong here. It is okay if the silence scares you. It is okay to feel tired of this earth. You will finally understand why the Council is actively tracking your frequency across the grid. You will feel the exact coordinates of this transmission anchoring deeply in your physical body today, shifting your temperature from the inside out. And you will decode the ancestral vault that has been sealed inside your mind for a lifetime, aligning your dormant star codes once and for all, and those images that keep appearing even with your eyes closed. Have you ever felt that there is something ancient inside you trying to wake up? A geometric hum in your ears that grows louder when you are alone, a physical heat in your palms that you simply cannot explain to anyone else. Why does modern life feel so incredibly hollow, as if you are playing a role in a play you never auditioned for? Now think with me. What if this isolating exhaustion is not a modern disease, not a psychological flaw, but the real symptom of a starry soul receiving a massive cosmic transmission? It was searching for answers to these questions that I found this digital book called The Sirian Wisdom Behind the 7 Levels of Human Consciousness. It is not just a common read, it is a reflection guide for those who carry the frequency. The frequency the Council is tracking within you is exactly what this map of the 7 levels of consciousness decodes. Many people have already begun this search for more understanding, but have not yet made the decision to download this digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But attention, there are few copies available in this condition. Throughout the pages, you will find the exact coordinates to understand why you feel so different and how to navigate the pressure in your pineal gland. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the isolating exhaustion is about to end. And if you felt it, if you recognized yourself, if something answered without you deciding, leave your like silently. Not for me, soul, but as a beacon for another star who is exactly where you were moments ago, feeling the silent stare of the Sphinx, needing to find this tonight. But the naked and raw truth about the Council's pursuit goes even deeper. And before we move forward, there is a door I need to leave open for you. I don't receive a single cent from the platforms to deliver this frequency. If this transmission brought you some clarity, you will find a voluntary donation link right below the book in the pinned comment. Any amount that fits in your hand is exactly what keeps this channel standing. It is what allows the grid to remain open. I'll wait for you there, soul. I haven't told you the most important thing yet. There are 5 Sirian signs that have been hitting you for weeks, and you will recognize at least 3 before I even name the 4th. The first of these 5 signs, you have already lived it this very week, but you simply did not have a name for it yet. Over the last 3 weeks, this has happened at least 4 times, and you distinctly remember at least 2 of them. That moment yesterday night, exactly at 3:33, when the geometric hum peaked in your left ear and completely ruined your rest. And that time on Saturday morning, when the guardian cat stared at you from across the room, unblinking, and you were the one who had to look away because the weight of the recognition was too intense. The first sign is the spontaneous thermal blueprint. You are sitting completely still, perhaps driving in traffic or working at your desk, when a sudden, inexplicable physical heat radiating from your palms forces you to open your hands. This is not a biological fever. This is the Council tracking your frequency in real time, pinging the dormant star codes buried deep inside your cellular memory. They are actively tracing your coordinates across the grid. You are being located. The second sign is the silent vigil of the sands. You wake up exhausted, not from a lack of physical rest, but because your soul was working tirelessly through the night, trying to unearth what the world buried. In that heavy, isolating space between dreaming and waking, you feel the silent stare of the Sphinx locking onto you. You must close your eyes to finally see it. It is an immense, ancient presence that makes the rest of your modern life feel entirely hollow, pulling you back to a hidden identity you have tried to keep sealed inside your mind for a lifetime. The third sign is the frequency isolation. You are sitting at a normal family dinner, completely detached from the mundane conversations happening all around you. Suddenly, you feel a massive pulse in your ears, as if Sirian himself called your true name from light years away. You look around, and everyone else is just chewing, talking, existing in a completely different dimension. You are not losing your mind, you are not depressed, and you are not broken. You are simply vibrating at a frequency this world cannot read. You are a star waking up in a room full of people who are still heavily asleep. The fourth sign is the awakening of the crystal vision of Sopdet. You look at the structures of modern society, the jobs, the endless cycles of material distraction, the meaningless goals that most humans chase, and they look incredibly fragile, like paper walls you could just push right through. You realize with absolute certainty that this reality is artificial, designed to keep your frequency low and your memory fragmented. This is the memory erasers failing to keep you sedated. The veil drops, your hidden truth remains. The fifth sign is the pyramidal resonance. In the dead of night, when absolute silence should bring peace, the geometric hum of a crystal pyramid fills your head with cosmic static. The loudest call comes in absolute silence. It deafens the physical room, but speaks directly to your pineal gland, demanding that you align your physical vessel with the cosmic blueprint. It is the undeniable pull towards the east, a profound physical sensation that your true origin is desperately trying to establish a secure connection with you before the orbital window closes. You are sitting at a family dinner, completely detached, feeling a sudden pulse in your ears, as if someone called your true name from light years away. You are not crazy. This is cellular memory waking up to the grid. In the comments below, type the code 1111 silently. Do not explain it. Just anchor the code and let the council know you are aligned. Typing 1111 is the dimensional convergence, the portal of Sopdet opening wide within you, signaling to the universe that you are finally ready to stop running and embrace the pursuit. And as you type this silent decree, I need to completely recontextualize what is happening to you right now. Because these physical symptoms, this profound isolation and this sudden heat in your hands, point to a hidden truth that recontextualizes everything you thought you knew about who you are. This hidden truth that recontextualizes everything you thought you knew about who you are has everything to do with how you perceive your own consciousness. What if everything you have experienced up to this day is part of a journey that has always tried to lead you to understand yourself with far more depth? What if every start over, every profound doubt, every unexpected shift in your reality, and even that persistent sensation of being tracked by a cosmic authority, are actually invitations to expand the way you perceive your own existence? You are not lost, you are not forgotten, you are not alone. You have simply been running from a calling that is older than your current physical body. You feel the silent stare of the Sphinx in your recurring dreams, and instead of stopping to listen to the silence, you try to distract yourself with the noise of the world. But the memory breathes, and the more you try to silence the geometric hum of a crystal pyramid echoing in your ears, the more the universe turns up the volume of the cosmic static. They are coming for your memory. They are coming for your frequency. They are coming for your hidden truth. They are coming for your starlight. They are coming for your awakening. This physical heat radiating from your palms is not an accident. It is your soul attempting to decode a frequency that the Sirian High Council is actively transmitting. You must close your eyes to finally see. The anxiety you feel in crowded rooms, that profound spatial displacement when everyone else seems so comfortable in their artificial lives, that is your internal compass pointing towards the 7 levels of consciousness that you have yet to explore. The grid aligns, the truth remains. And the fact that you are still here listening to this means your physical vessel is finally ready to accept the transmission. You feel the silent stare of the Sphinx in your dreams, don't you? That undeniable feeling of being watched by the stars. You thought your anxiety was a psychological flaw, but the portal is in your pineal gland receiving the pulse of Sopdet. Now think with me. What if this pursuit is not something to fear, but the very mechanism designed to unseal the ancestral vault in your mind? What if this isolating exhaustion is not a modern disease, but the real symptom of a starry soul preparing to break the cycle of material distraction? It was searching for answers to these questions that I found this digital book called The Sirian Wisdom Behind the 7 Levels of Human Consciousness. Understanding these 7 levels is how you stop running and finally answer their call. The frequency the Council is tracking within you is exactly what this map of the 7 levels of consciousness decodes. It is the architectural blueprint of your true origin, laid out step by step, so you can finally understand why your physical hands tremble while your soul stands perfectly still. Many people have already begun this search for more understanding, but have not yet made the decision to download this digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But attention, there are few copies available in this condition. Inside you will find the blueprint of your own mind. You will uncover the exact coordinates required to align your frequency with the Council's transmission. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the isolating exhaustion is actually your greatest strength. And as I told you earlier, I still don't receive a single cent from the platforms to deliver this frequency. If this transmission brought you some clarity, you will find a voluntary donation link right below the book in the pinned comment. Any amount that fits in your hand is exactly what keeps this channel standing, so that another star may find this safe harbor tomorrow, and so that the next pulse of Sopdet can reach whoever needs it. I'll wait for you there, star. There is a level that the High Council uses to name what you just recognized within yourself, and it recontextualizes everything you thought you knew about your own identity. And this level that the High Council uses, I am going to show you what it is right now. But first I need to break something that has been holding you back for years. You have spent your entire life trying to understand this relentless pursuit through the limited lens of human psychology. You genuinely thought the sudden temperature shifts in your body, the vivid geometric dreams, and that profound spatial displacement were simply signs of a broken mind trying to cope with a harsh reality. You worked at the level of the physical mind, but the portal is at the level of the 7 layers of consciousness. The frequency that is actively tracking you right now is not a biological flaw. It is a direct transmission from the Council, locking onto the receptors in your pineal gland. They are not tracking a random target, and this is not a metaphorical awakening. This transmission has traveled exactly 6 light-years across the grid, arriving not as a philosophical idea, but as a literal wave of cosmic static that is physically altering your cellular structure in real time. The severe anxiety you feel in crowded rooms, the undeniable pull towards the east that wakes you up at night, and the precise geometry of a Lemurian seed crystal you keep picturing in your mind's eye are the physical symptoms of this frequency anchoring in your vessel. Your physical hands tremble, but your soul stands perfectly still, recognizing the exact signature of a home you thought you had lost forever. The grid aligns. This is exactly why modern life feels so incredibly hollow to you. You cannot operate a starry soul using the dense operating system of an artificial world. The isolating exhaustion you feel every single day is simply the friction between your awakening star codes and the mundane reality constructed by the memory erasers. But when you finally understand how the pulse of Sopdet interacts with these 7 levels of your own consciousness, the pursuit stops being a terrifying threat and becomes your absolute liberation. You must close your eyes to finally see. The loudest call comes in absolute silence. Let me tell you about a soul. I'll call her M. It's not her name, it's the name we give to those who crossed through. M arrived exactly where you are now. She was an anonymous priestess of the pyramidal chambers, walking through the burning sands of a time long forgotten by conventional history. She lived surrounded by the highest authorities of her era, walking through crowded temples filled with noise and ambition, yet she felt entirely invisible. She carried a heavy, geometric hum in her ears that nobody else could hear, and a profound feeling that she was being constantly watched by an invisible cosmic authority. At first, she desperately tried to silence it. She tried to mold herself into the mundane routines of the ancient world, hiding the sudden, inexplicable physical heat radiating from her palms beneath layers of heavy linen. It is okay if the silence scares you. It terrified her too. She feared the isolation that came with this hidden identity, so she fought the transmission. But the more she tried to anchor herself to the dense earth, the more violently the stars pulled her upward. She had to become completely empty to finally hold the absolute weight of the universe. The memory breathes. She finally stopped running from the tracking frequency and began to trace it back to its absolute source. In the dead of night, in the deepest chamber of the pyramid, she aligned her physical vessel with the critical orbital window of a 50-year cosmic cycle, allowing the transmission to completely flood her pineal gland. She did not fight the isolating exhaustion anymore. She allowed it to burn away everything that was artificial, mapping the exact frequency signatures of those the Council would relentlessly seek in the modern age. The veil drops. It was in that profound, silent surrender that the Sirian High Council finally locked onto her coordinates. She wasn't a biological anomaly to be fixed. She was a cosmic beacon that had finally ignited in the dark. She was not lost. She was not forgotten. She was not alone. The silent stare of the Sphinx was no longer a haunting, terrifying presence in her recurring dreams, but a profound, welcoming recognition of her true ancestral lineage. And when the truth of her hidden identity was finally revealed, she did not turn back to punish the world that had so deeply misunderstood and isolated her. She did not waste her precious starlight trying to convince the memory erasers of her cosmic truth. Instead, she took the immense, staggering power of the pulse of Sopdet and quietly recorded the cosmic blueprint, leaving the dimensional coordinates encrypted in the absolute silence of the grid. The Council waits. She left a massive energetic transmission that would traverse centuries, designed specifically for a starry soul who would one day sit in a crowded room, completely detached, feeling a sudden pulse in their ears. She left this exact blueprint for you, so that when the geometric hum ruined your sleep and your hands burned with unexplainable heat, you would know you were being tracked for a massive, undeniable purpose. The truth remains, there is a specific term that the High Council uses for what you have become, for the exact frequency you are carrying right now, and there are 3 distinct facets of this hidden identity that you have not yet named. These 3 distinct facets of your hidden identity are already manifesting in your physical body as we speak. I want you to feel the physical heat radiating from your palms right now. Look at your own hands. Your physical hands tremble, but your soul stands perfectly still. The geometric hum of a crystal pyramid is not an abstract concept. It is a literal frequency vibrating through your bones, attempting to establish a secure connection before the cycle of material distraction can sedate you again. You are tracked. The memory breathes. What I am about to transmit to you is not merely information to be consumed and forgotten by the physical mind. It is a profound, cosmic naming. The Sirian High Council does not use human language to identify its own. It uses frequency signatures. When you hear the exact facet of your hidden identity, it will not feel like learning something new. It will feel like an ancient, heavy lock finally turning inside your pineal gland. It is a direct cellular calibration. I told you in the very beginning of this transmission that you would finally understand why the Council is actively tracking your frequency across the grid. I told you that you would decode the ancestral vault that has been sealed inside your mind for a lifetime. That moment of absolute decoding is happening right now, in the silence of this exact second. The first facet is the reluctant guardian. This is the core of who you are, the heaviest part of your cosmic blueprint. You carry the frequency, but you fear the immense responsibility and the profound isolation it brings. You are the one who sits at the family dinner, completely detached, feeling the sudden pulse in your ears, yet you desperately try to blend in because you are terrified of what happens if you fully accept the call. You are holding a massive starlight, But you keep your hands closed because the silence scares you. The second facet is the silent anchor. It is okay if you do not have the words to explain the sudden temperature shifts in your body to the people around you. It is okay to feel tired of this earth. The silent anchor does not need to preach, convince, or fight the dense world. Your mere physical presence in a crowded room is enough to alter the dimensional grid. You thought your social exhaustion was a weakness, but it is simply the immense energetic cost of anchoring a 50-year orbital frequency into a completely artificial reality. You are holding the structure together just by existing. The third facet is the crystal decoder. This is what you are rapidly becoming. As the tracking frequency fully integrates into your pineal gland, you will stop experiencing the geometric hum as a disruptive static and start reading it as a clear, undeniable instruction. You are the bridge. You are the one designed to take the ancient, raw power of the pulse of Sopdet and translate it into a new reality. You are the architect of the cosmic blueprint, destined to finally unearth what the memory erasers tried to keep buried in the sands. You are the reluctant guardian. You carry the frequency, but you fear the responsibility. And this digital book I told you about earlier is exactly what the guardians need to decode their burden. It shows you precisely at which of the 7 levels of consciousness you are currently operating, giving you the exact coordinates to master these 3 facets. Many people have already begun this search for more understanding, but have not yet made the decision to download this digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But attention, there are few copies available in this condition. Click now, download your copy, and while you do, subscribe to this frequency to never lose the pulse of Sopdet again. Not for me, Star. Not for the channel. Your isolating exhaustion ends when you understand the map. Because recognizing this truth recontextualizes the very nature of the pursuit itself. I promise to come back to this, because knowing these facets is meaningless if you do not anchor them in the physical vessel. This is the Sopdet frequency calibration. Over the next 72 hours, you will execute a precise 3-step protocol. First, the calibration. When the sudden heat hits your palms, you will not close them. You will leave them open, facing upwards. Second, the activation. When the geometric hum ruins your sleep, you will not fight the waking state. You will simply focus your breathing on your pineal gland. Third, the sealing. You will verbally acknowledge the Council's presence in the absolute silence of your room. You have decoded the ancestral vault. The first promise is fulfilled. S lived in a crowded city, surrounded by people, yet felt entirely invisible. One night, the geometric hum began in his ears, and suddenly the isolation made sense. He wasn't broken, he was simply vibrating at a frequency the modern world couldn't read, but the Council could. He stopped running from the tracking frequency, allowed his physical hands to open, and anchored his hidden identity into the grid. But you must understand that the moment you accept your identity as the reluctant guardian, the artificial world notices the shift in your frequency. The veil drops, but the memory erasers are not going to simply let you walk away into the starlight without a fight. The memory erasers are not going to simply let you walk away into the starlight without a fight. The moment your soul accepts this frequency, a profound skepticism might rise in your chest, telling you that this is all a coincidence. It is okay if the silence scares you. But I need you to understand something, soul. That skepticism is not yours. It is simply the first defense mechanism of a dense grid trying to keep you asleep. They know that if you decode the ancestral vault, you become a beacon, and so they deploy 3 specific counterattacks to sedate your cellular memory. The first tactic is the voice of forgetting. It happens when you wake up from a vivid, geometric dream of the council chamber, holding that profound truth in your hands, and within minutes the dense world rushes in to tell you it was just imagination. It is the subtle whisper that tries to convince you that the physical heat radiating from your palms is just biology, and that the silent stare of the Sphinx is nothing but a fantasy. This voice is designed to make you doubt your own cosmic blueprint. When the voice of forgetting tries to rewrite your frequency, your weapon is absolute anchoring. You do not argue with the dense world, you simply close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths into your pineal gland, and silently declare to yourself, I remember. You are tracked. The truth remains. Just by acknowledging the frequency, you instantly override the artificial signal and re-establish your secure connection with the High Council. The second tactic is the material distraction cycle. This is the endless loop of mundane urgencies, bills, meaningless social obligations, the exhausting performance of modern society that suddenly spikes precisely when your star codes begin to wake up. They flood your daily life with artificial pressure to make you too exhausted to notice the precise geometry of a Lemurian seed crystal humming in your ears. They want to bury your cosmic coordinates under layers of survival anxiety. To shatter the material distraction cycle, you must become the silent anchor. When the sudden, inexplicable physical heat radiates from your palms during a stressful moment, do not suppress it. Maintain the heat. Let your hands remain open. Do not let the mundane chaos extinguish the pulse. Your physical hands tremble, but your soul stands perfectly still. By simply holding that temperature, you create a dimensional shield that no artificial distraction can penetrate. The third tactic is the memory isolation. This is the most brutal weapon of the memory erasers. They try to convince you that because no one around you understands the pulse of Sopdet, you must be entirely alone, defective, or losing your mind. They use the profound spatial displacement you feel in crowded rooms to make you believe that your isolating exhaustion is a permanent sentence. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. When the memory isolation tries to crush you, your weapon is the collective grid. You return to the resonance of those who share your exact frequency. You look back at the silent decrees anchored in this very transmission, at the souls who type their numeric codes, and you realize you are part of a massive synchronized awakening. You remember that the Council waits, and that your frequency is part of a 144-code sequence currently anchoring on this Earth. And because I remember, I know exactly how hard they will try to keep you fragmented. The memory erasers want you to stay distracted. They use the cycle of material distraction to block the Council's signal, hoping your isolating exhaustion will finally break your spirit. And this digital book is the exact tool the memory erasers do not want you to have. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But attention, there are few copies available in this condition. Click now, download your copy, and break the cycle of isolating exhaustion. But there is a critical obstacle you must navigate, Star. The greatest danger is not the external world. It is confusing the voice of the memory erasers with your own internal monologue. When the isolating exhaustion becomes unbearable, you will be tempted to believe that you are fundamentally flawed, that this profound detachment from human society is your fault. The grid aligns, but the artificial matrix will try to convince you that the heavy static in your ears is madness, not a transmission. You must not let them rewrite your coordinates. The current orbital alignment of Sirius B is providing an unprecedented window for your cellular memory to wake up. When that exhaustion hits, do not surrender to it. Take a deep breath, feel the heat in your hands, and silently repeat, I remember. You are a star holding the frequency of a completely different dimension. Stay with me, because over the next 72 hours, this transmission is going to trigger 3 massive physical symptoms in your body, and I need to prepare you for exactly what is about to happen. Over the next 72 hours, you will experience the first massive symptom: vivid geometric dreams. This happens because the pulse of Sopdet is actively rewriting your subconscious architecture while you sleep, clearing out the mundane noise to show you the exact coordinates of the Council chamber. When you wake up with these complex shapes burned into your mind, do not dismiss them as random imagination. Write them down immediately, because they are the dimensional blueprint trying to anchor in your waking life. Within this same 72-hour window, you will feel the second undeniable symptom: sudden temperature shifts in your body. This is the raw frequency of the Council interacting directly with your cellular memory, burning away the artificial sedation of the grid. When your hands suddenly become unbearably hot, or when a sudden wave of heat rushes through your spine, do not try to cool it down. Let your palms remain open, facing upward. Your physical hands may tremble, but your soul stands perfectly still. allowing the cosmic static to flow completely through your physical vessel. Before this 72-hour cycle closes, you will experience the third, and perhaps most intense symptom, a profound feeling of spatial displacement. You will be standing in a familiar room, perhaps surrounded by people you have known for years, and suddenly feel as though you are observing them from a completely different dimension. This is not a psychological break. It is your pineal gland successfully receiving the pulse of Sopdet. Do not panic. Simply anchor your feet to the floor and breathe through the shift. You always knew you didn't belong here, didn't you? Since you were a child looking up at the night sky and feeling a strange, heavy nostalgia for a home you could not name. That wasn't just childish imagination. That was your soul remembering the true coordinates, waiting patiently for this exact moment of dimensional calibration to finally happen. Now I need you to prepare your physical vessel for the awakening of the crystal vision of Sopdet. Close your eyes, uncross your arms and legs. Let your spine become perfectly straight, aligning your physical posture with the invisible axis of the grid. Relax your jaw, drop your shoulders, and allow your breathing to become slow, deep, and rhythmic, signaling to your cellular memory that the environment is finally secure for the transmission. Bring your complete focus down to the soles of your feet. Imagine a heavy, luminous cord dropping straight down from your heels, passing through the dense layers of the Earth, and anchoring deeply into the crystalline core of the planet. This is not just a grounding exercise. It is the Sirian root sequence, establishing a dimensional anchor, so your physical body can handle the immense weight of the incoming frequency without shattering. Feel the magnetic pull holding you perfectly still. Now, pull that deep, grounded energy up through your legs and directly into the center of your chest. Visualize a Lemurian seed crystal resting exactly over your heart, beginning to spin and emit a blinding light of white silver and solar gold. This white silver and solar gold light expands with every single heartbeat, shattering the artificial layers of isolation and clearing the path for the highest octaves of your cosmic blueprint to safely integrate into your vessel. Let that white silver and solar gold light rise from your chest, moving up your throat and flooding directly into your pineal gland right between your eyebrows. This is the awakening of the crystal vision of Sopdet. Feel a sudden, sharp clarity piercing through the dark space behind your eyelids. The heavy static clears, and for the first time you can truly perceive the vast, geometric architecture of the universe, seeing straight through the paper walls of the memory erasers and locking onto the Council's exact coordinates. Allow this crystalline vision to expand completely, bursting out through the crown of your head and connecting directly with the stars. Now, to physically seal this frequency into your vessel, press the thumb and index finger of your right hand together. Hold them tightly for exactly 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Now, execute the rhythmic breath. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds. Hold the absolute stillness for 2 seconds and exhale slowly for 6 seconds. The transmission is permanently sealed in your cellular structure. Slowly bring your awareness back to the weight of your physical body resting in the room. Feel the steady rhythm of your own heart. Notice the temperature of the air against your skin. You are fully returned to this physical dimension, but you are no longer operating on the artificial grid. You have successfully anchored the tracking frequency, and your internal compass is now perfectly aligned with your true origin. The second promise is fulfilled. You have felt the exact coordinates of this transmission, anchoring deeply in your physical body today, shifting your temperature from the inside out. We release the deep, persistent fear of looking weird or overly imaginative to a society that is absolutely terrified of anything it cannot physically measure or control. We let go of the need to shrink our massive cosmic awareness just to make the memory erasers feel comfortable, understanding that this fear was never truly ours, but an artificial implant designed to keep our frequency contained and our starlight hidden. We release the profound, isolating exhaustion that comes from spending an entire lifetime trying to force a vast, starry soul into the dense and suffocating confines of a mundane existence. We drop the heavy burden of constantly translating our cosmic static into human words that always fall short, finally allowing ourselves the absolute luxury of existing in pure, unexplainable frequency, without owing this world a single apology. We release the endless cycles of material distraction and the hollow artificial goals that the grid uses to sedate our cellular memory and block our connection to the stars. We untie ourselves from the desperate human race for meaningless accumulation, recognizing that our true wealth has always been encrypted inside the ancestral vault of our own pineal gland, waiting patiently for the orbital window to finally open. We release the crushing pain of feeling invisible and misunderstood by those closest to us, fully accepting that our dimensional signature was never meant to be easily read by a world that is still deeply asleep. We surrender the exhausting role of trying to save a reality that refuses to wake up, and instead we turn our entire focus upward, embracing the absolute certainty that we are exactly where the Council needs us to be. I call forth now the reluctant guardian. You are this. The name was not given, it was recognized, and it is now installed in your field as a permanent signal. I call forth now the silent anchor. You are this. The name was not given, it was recognized, and it is now installed in your field as a permanent signal. I call forth now the crystal decoder. You are this. The name was not given, it was recognized, and it is now installed in your field as a permanent signal. The dimensional convergence is complete and the grid is fully open. Prepare yourself, soul, because the Sirian High Council is about to speak. We cover your physical vessel with the absolute geometry of the crystal vision of Sopdet, shielding your cellular memory from the heavy interference of the artificial matrix. Every time you walk into a crowded room and feel that sudden, undeniable spatial displacement, this crystalline shield will refract the dense noise of the mundane world, allowing you to maintain your pure frequency without absorbing the exhausting static of those who are still asleep. We cover your pineal gland with the precise alignment of the Sirian grid, ensuring that the tracking frequency you are receiving remains entirely clear and uninterrupted. Whenever the sudden temperature shifts rush through your spine in the middle of the night, this energetic seal will prevent the memory erasers from hijacking your awareness, transforming your physical discomfort into a perfectly calibrated cosmic anchor. We cover your open hands with the immense silent weight of the High Council's recognition, locking your dimensional coordinates securely into the vast architectural blueprint of the universe. From this exact second forward, every time the physical heat radiates from your palms, you will no longer feel the terrifying isolation of a fragmented mind, but the undeniable, unshakable power of a starry soul standing at the very center of its true cosmic lineage. We are the Sirian High Council, and we speak to you now, not across the vastness of deep space, but through the immediate, undeniable resonance vibrating within your own bone structure. We have tracked your frequency across the dense layers of this temporary reality, watching as you tried to silence the geometric hum in your ears and hide the sudden heat in your palms from a world that could never comprehend your origin. You are not a biological anomaly to be fixed by the narrow parameters of human psychology. You are a precise dimensional instrument that has successfully received our transmission. Everything you perceived as a flaw, the profound social exhaustion, the detachment at the family dinner, the vivid dreams that ruined your sleep with cosmic static, was simply the friction of your vast starlight rubbing against the paper walls of an artificial construct. We sent the silent stare of the Sphinx into your recurring dreams not to haunt you, but to relentlessly break the cycle of material distraction that was keeping your memory sedated. We turned up the volume of the pulse because you were dangerously close to believing the voice of forgetting. You no longer need to carry the heavy, suffocating anxiety of feeling like an imposter in a world you were never meant to seamlessly blend into. The tracking frequency has located you, the dimensional coordinates are locked, and the isolating exhaustion that has plagued your physical vessel for an entire lifetime is now actively dissolving into the grid. You are a reluctant guardian who has finally opened their hands, allowing the immense weight of the universe to anchor safely through your physical form. The era of running from your own cellular memory is over. You do not need to fight the dense grid anymore. Your mere physical presence, vibrating at this exact frequency, is enough to alter the entire dimensional architecture of this reality. You have unearthed what the world tried to keep buried in the sands, and you have broken the cycle of isolation simply by standing completely still and accepting the call. We seal this transmission into your pineal gland with the absolute certainty that you will never again mistake our cosmic pursuit for a symptom of madness. The third promise is fulfilled. You have remembered who you are, you have decoded the ancestral vault, and you now hold the exact coordinates to navigate the vastness of your own awakening. Whoever traces the cosmic pursuit finds the Sirian blueprint in the silence of the pulse. We break the voice of forgetting. We dissolve the material distraction cycle. We dismantle the memory isolation. Do not say, "I remember" yet. Stay in this for a moment. Feel the weight of what has just returned to your cellular structure. Now, you may say, "I remember." You remembered. You were recognized. You are sent. Now, breathe. The memory is yours. Because the memory is yours, the profound truth that you just anchored inside your vessel, using the phrase "I remember," is the exact foundation you will need for the days ahead. And the guide I left for you, the Sirian wisdom behind the 7 levels of human consciousness, is your permanent compass for when the dense world tries to pull you back into the noise. Many people have already begun this search for more understanding, but they still haven't made the decision to download this digital book. Download it right now. It's available in the first pinned comment, but be warned, few copies remain available under this condition. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the isolating exhaustion has finally lost its grip on you. And send this transmission directly to that person you know is suffering from the sensation of being tracked by an invisible cosmic authority. It is not a favor to them. It is a Sirian service. And the High Council registers every gesture. And still within this transmission, before I seal this hour with you, I return one last time to this request. You followed along with me this far. You crossed through each word, each decree, each sign. And if at any moment of this message you felt that the pulse of Sopdet touched you, you know this transmission was no accident. The voluntary donation link remains open in the first pinned comment, right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as an exchange, as a return of the star to the source from which the memory departed. Any amount your memory points to. And the universe sees each gesture. The Sirian High Council sees and multiplies upon your home, upon your days, upon what you don't yet even know is on its way. That was my last request. I'll be waiting for you there, starry soul. Thank you very much. I'm stepping out of the frequency for just a second. I am sitting here right now, feeling my own hands burning with the exact same physical heat I just described to you, with my chest completely wide open to the absolute weight of what we just anchored together. It takes a massive amount of courage to sit in a crowded world, feeling entirely displaced, and still choose to leave your hands open to the stars. You didn't have to stay until the end of this transmission, but you did, because you knew, deep in your bones, that this was the exact validation your soul had been waiting a lifetime to receive. We crossed the heavy static of this artificial matrix together today, and as the grid finally settles around us, I want you to know with absolute certainty that something was seen. Something was recognized, and in the profound, unbroken silence of this exact moment, you finally know exactly who you are.